how are you? Hope you're well. I need to try and stop saying I'm not very good at it, am I? So what I wanted to talk about today is sleep, and especially if you have problems with your sleep. So what I wanted to do is, as quickly as I can, run through some little tips, little hacks that I've put together that I'm hoping might just help you if you struggle with your sleep. Okie dokie. So there's quite a lot to get through, so I will crack on. First of all, eliminate what's not great for sleep, okay? So the obvious, I'm saying stuff here you already know, but I'm going to start with stuff like this, obviously. So coffee, anything that's caffeinated, Red Bull, stuff like that, sugar, sugary drinks and alcohol, or just sugar if you have loads of sugar before bed. It's just not great for your body. It's just kind of not conducive for your body to like unwind, relax, steady the shape, you know, and kind of get yourself ready for bed. We all know, don't we, when we've had a skinful, you know, you go to sleep and then you wake up a few hours later and you went off like a light, and then you wake up and it's just like, oh, especially if you drank something like Red Bull. Oh, I don't know about you, but when I used to drink that, it just sent me wild. I used to be absolutely wired. So yeah, eliminate anything like that. That's always going to help. So a list of things that's really good for sleep if you do struggle is almonds, chamomile tea, drinking plenty of water during the day. That's always really, really good. Apple cider vinegar, celery, kale, cheese, banana tea, green peppers, passion flower tea, avocados, boiled eggs, kiwis and salmon. So all those kind of things are really, really good in your diet if you do have problems with sleep. Anything, all your liquids that you do drink, this is really a big one, this, especially for me, because I do drink a lot of liquids, not booze, is to drink as much as you can as early on in the day as you can, because obviously if you down a pint of water just before you go to bed, the chances are you're going to then in the middle of the night, you're just going to need a wee. So needing a wee is going to wake you up, and then obviously once you've got up, you've gone to the loo, you come back to bed, chances of you then going back off again always are more difficult. So do drink a lot, and staying hydrated is actually, being dehydrated is not great for sleep. So your body needs to be hydrated but not have loads of liquid before you go to bed. So just drink the bulk of what you're going to drink earlier on in the day as possible. It's always, always, always good. Next thing I wanted to mention is your screen time. So if you know that you are on your phone literally until you're nearly like dropping off, then the best thing you can do is just knock it off, maybe an hour or 2 hours even before you go to bed. You know, it's such a bad habit that I think so many people have gotten into, me included. I do it sometimes. I'm not going to sit and pretend I'm an angel, because I'm definitely not. But we do this, don't we? And then we put the phone down, and then we expect our bodies to kind of switch off and go to sleep in it, and we've got all of that stuff in our faces. It just doesn't help. So one thing you can do is you can dim the light, the brightness on your phone. That's always really good. I always do that. And just like I say, try and come off your phone, whether it's an hour or 2 hours or whatever it is, before you go to bed, because that's always, always, always going to help you to kind of unwind. If you can, I know it's weird right now because of what's going on, and everyone's routines out of whack. I know that, but I do the spread love meditation at 10 o'clock, right? My alarm goes off and I do the meditation. Now what's brilliant with that is that it's like my body knows. So I'm like doing whatever I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets to 10 o'clock and then that's it. I switch off, I do my meditation. And then that's my body's brain signal, whatever you want to call it, that's it. The day is done and it's time to sleep. And so often that's what will happen. I will just go to sleep after the meditation. Trouble is, if I've done the meditation down here, I fall asleep on the sofa. So I really do try to go to bed, do the meditation in bed, so that at least I'm in bed. But it's weird times, isn't it? And I know, it's like, it's so hard. You try and find a routine and it's like, are you kidding? Next thing I wanted to mention is to make your room as comfortable as you can make it. So, you know, if you've got really light curtains that let the light in, especially in the summer, you're going to find it more difficult to stay asleep. Blackout blinds are always really good. It's just it, isn't it? It's just like, it's dark. And if your body needs that absolute darkness to fall asleep, then blackout blinds are brilliant. You can get ones now and they're just Velcro. They just Velcro around your windows and they're amazing. Or just get some blackout blind fabric online, and I just got 2 hooks at either side of my bedroom and I just put it on. And it just, that's it. I'll get big, thick, heavy, my curtains are dark. So my room, when it's bedtime, is dark. My bed's really comfy, make sure I have nice clean linen on my bed. So again, getting into bed feels nice. I have really soft lighting and I make sure my room's really, really dark. And I always have books as well. I always have books next to my bed. So when I can't sleep, often what I'll do is I'll just switch my little lamp on and I'll read. And so often I'll go back off again. Reading's brilliant to get you to fall asleep. A good idea is to have a pad and a pen next to your bed. So if you are finding that you're laying there and you're thinking about something, if you can get it out of your head and onto the piece of paper, then it'll help you. It's better on the piece of paper than it is up there. So if you can do that and get it out of here and write it down, if it's something you don't want to forget, let's say, or it's something you're contemplating about tomorrow, just jot it down on your little pen and paper, have it there, and then that's it. It'll, fingers crossed, it'll mean you'll be able to forget about it, and then you'll be able to just drift off. So that's kind of like the practical things that you can do. And now what I kind of want to talk about is that, because what I go on about a lot is that it's not the situation that's the problem, it's the story that you tell yourself about the situation that's the problem. So if you spend your days, you know, telling anybody who you come across and say, oh God, I'm absolutely shattered, I've had 2 hours sleep last night, and the night before, I'm a terrible sleeper, I'm an absolute terrible sleeper. So what you're doing is you're reaffirming it over and over and over and over again. So it's like you become what you say you are. And so if you keep saying, I'm a terrible sleeper, I'm a terrible sleeper, then it's like you're just reaffirming it and reaffirming it. So if you catch yourself doing that, if you catch yourself you know, repeating that again and again and again and again and again, just try and catch yourself and just stop yourself from doing it. Because what you've got to try and do is get yourself from over here, which is I am an insomniac and I cannot sleep, to over here, which is having good night's sleep. You're not going to make that jump from that to that in a breath. So what you've got to sort of try and do is soothe yourself. So what you've got to maybe say is, yep, my sleep's been a bit terrible recently, but it's all right, because I'm going to try a few new things, and I'm going to get some blackout blinds, I'm going to stop drinking coffee quite so late, I'm going to do this, and things will get better. It might take some time, but I'm making some steps and things are going to improve. So instead of saying, I am a terrible sleeper, what you're doing is you're just soothing the vibe, you're soothing the energy, you're soothing the story, basically. And so if you can do that, you know, rather than just laying there, I cannot sleep, and then telling everybody the next day, last night I could not sleep, because it's just, your body's not going to respond well to that. You're not being in the energy of the solution, you're just being stuck in the energy of the problem. I hope that makes sense. So some of the things, if you catch yourself focusing on it, thinking about it, telling everybody about it, then just try and stop that as best as you can. I know it's hard, especially with what's going on right now. I'm not trying to pretend that, you know, we should all be like sleeping like babies and having 8 hours sleep and no one's got any cares in the world. There's big scary stuff going on right now, you know, and fear. There's nothing bigger than fear to keep you awake at night. But if I can just chuck out a couple of ideas on this video that just might help you, then good. That's my job, and that's what I'm trying to do, that's all. So there's different things that you can try, and I'm going to put lots of links in the comments to this video of different things that I've tried in the past that are good when you can't sleep. So when you can't sleep, rather than thinking about it and laying there, get onto YouTube, and then there's all sorts. There's sleep music, there's sleep stories, there's binary beats, which are beats that are specific for certain frequencies, and they tap into your subconscious and blah, blah, blah. There's sleep affirmation music. So what it does is it actually, instead of sending you to sleep saying, I can't sleep, it's affirmations where it'll say about letting go, you know, or power affirmation. So you hear this woman's voice and it says, I am powerful, I am this, I can't think of examples now off the top of my head, but what I'm saying is you actually then, so falling asleep gradually, but you're listening to this woman's voice saying these things. And so what that actually does is it gives your brain something to concentrate on. So you're not concentrating on the fact that you can't sleep. Do you see what I mean? That's why sleep stories and stuff like that are really, really good, because there's a bit of your brain that's tapped in and it's listening. And so we can only hold that so long, and then eventually we'll just go off again. It's that laying there, eyes wide open, thoughts. That's what we want to try and avoid as much as we can. So yeah, sleep meditations, reading is brilliant. Reading for me is magic. I do that a lot. If I wake up in the night, I just turn my light on, get my book. Sometimes I get through about 2 pages, and then I can, don't you, because your eyes start going, and then I just switch the light off. Sometimes I've fallen asleep and the book's been there. So if you can get into reading, that's always really, really good for sleep. What I don't do is make lack of sleep, when I do very occasionally have nights where I don't sleep, I don't make it a problem. I just accept it. I don't fight against it. I just accept it and I just go with it. I've watched a couple of things in the past that have actually said that your body will give you what it needs, so if you have only had 3 hours sleep, let's say, then that's all you're going to be all right. You've had what you need, and then you can get on with your day. I'm big into as well, I call it nana napping. So you just have a little snooze in the afternoon if you can. Now I've just had a snooze this afternoon. I've just probably slept for about an hour, because I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock. So rather than laying there and like absolutely driving myself crazy at 5 o'clock, I just did whatever I did, meditation, bit of Facebook stuff, and then I just got on with my day. And then this afternoon I had a little sleep. Yeah, relax about it. Don't fight against it. Just go with it. And so, yeah, the key is it's about what you tell yourself. So just tell yourself, well, okay, I know I'm not sleeping, but my body's resting. My body's laying here in this really comfortable bed. My eyes are closed. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to think or worry about anything. I can just lay here and I can rest. So even if you're not actually asleep, you're resting, aren't you? Your entire body is resting as you lay there. So even if you are laying in bed like this and you've got a little film on the go or whatever, as long as you're telling yourself that your body is getting the rest that it needs, then you'll be okay. The trouble that we do so often is we worry about the next day before we've even got to the next day. So we'll be laid in bed, can't sleep, and we'll be worrying about what we've got to go get through the following day. So it's about what you tell yourself in that moment. So you can tell yourself that it's the absolute biggest problem in the world that you cannot sleep, and you can make it this massive problem in your life. If you're gonna, you can talk about it, think about it, obsess over it, whereas you can just kind of say, I'm just going to be kind to myself. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to do all these things that I can do to help myself to get a better night's sleep. And I'm just going to trust that my body's getting the right amount of sleep, what it needs right now. And if I have to go through a week or a couple of weeks of bad sleep, everything's going to be all right and it's all going to work itself out. And then eventually I'll be fine. All will be well. It's the story that you tell yourself about your sleeping that's the key. So there's things you can actually do, but then it's the story that you actually tell yourself. I know right now it's a tricky time. I'm not trying to pretend that, I'm sure a lot of us have got worries and concerns, and that's going to be causing a lot more people to have a lot of sleep problems. But anyway, I just hope in the midst of all of that, there might be a little something in there that just might help you, just slightly. Okie doke. Thanks for listening, and yeah, I shall see you maybe, well, whenever. I don't know these days. I'll see you whenever I see you. So thanks for listening. Okie doke. Namaste.